Think of your body like a garden. Every bite you take either nourishes the roots or poisons the soil. Have you ever wondered if just one small change could give you a few more springs, a few more seasons with the people you love? As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to what we feed them, yet most of us continue eating a silent saboteur every single day. The whispers of this sabotage echo through our joints, our energy levels, our clarity of thought. Today, we're going to uncover one thing that, if removed, may not only slow aging, it may help you live longer, feel lighter, and move through life with more clarity and energy than you felt in years. This isn't about deprivation, it's about liberation. Are you ready to discover what might be standing between you and your most vibrant later years? Stay with me. The small shift we'll explore today could make a profound difference in your next 10, 20, or even 30 years of life. The wisdom of our elders often reveals itself in the simplest of truths. And perhaps one of the most powerful truths is this: what we remove from our lives can be more transformative than what we add. Nowhere is this more evident than in what we put on our plates each day. Have you noticed how your body speaks to you differently now than it did years ago? That whisper of discomfort after certain meals, the subtle fog that settles over your thoughts after particular foods? Your body is trying to tell you something important. Does this feel familiar to you? If so, you're about to discover why these signals matter more than you might think. When we examine the lives of those who've reached their 90s and beyond with vitality intact, a pattern emerges in their relationship with food. It's not complex diets or expensive supplements that seem to make the difference. It's what they've chosen to eliminate. I want you to think about that for a moment. What if longevity isn't about adding more to your regimen, but about letting go of what no longer serves you? Let's explore 6 specific dietary elements that research suggests may be silently shortening our lives, and what happens when we choose to release them. 1. Added sugar, the sweet that sours your years. What it is: added sugar hides in plain sight, in your morning cereal, your afternoon yogurt, that supposedly healthy granola bar. It's in your pasta sauce, your salad dressing, even in foods marketed as natural or wholesome. It comes disguised under many names: high fructose corn syrup, dextrose, maltose, and dozens more. Why it matters: each time added sugar enters your bloodstream, it triggers a cascade of inflammation throughout your body. This silent inflammation is like a slow-burning fire, gradually damaging cells, weakening your immune system, and accelerating the aging process from within. Research has revealed direct links between high sugar consumption and cognitive decline, making your mind feel older than your years. For those in their later decades, this effect becomes even more pronounced. Your body's ability to process and clear sugar diminishes with age, meaning that sweet treat lingers longer, doing more damage with each passing year. What you can do: begin with awareness. Read labels carefully, noting that 4 grams of sugar equals 1 teaspoon. Then choose one sugary item you consume daily, perhaps your afternoon cookie or that sweetened coffee drink, and replace it with something naturally sweet like berries or a small piece of dark chocolate. This simple substitution, maintained over months and years, can dramatically reduce the inflammatory burden on your aging body. Have you ever noticed how certain sweet foods leave you feeling foggy or fatigued shortly after eating them? Your body is sending you valuable intelligence about what supports your longevity and what undermines it. Are you listening? 2. Refined carbohydrates, the fast fuel that burns you out. What it is: these are the white breads, crackers, pastries, and processed snack foods that convert to glucose almost instantly upon digestion. They include white rice, most breakfast cereals, and the countless convenient packaged foods that line grocery shelves. Why it matters: your body reads refined carbohydrates almost identically to pure sugar. They spike your blood glucose levels rapidly, forcing your pancreas to release a surge of insulin to manage the flood. This constant demand exhausts your metabolic systems over time, eventually leading to insulin resistance and potentially type 2 diabetes. For your aging brain, these blood sugar roller coasters are particularly damaging. Research has linked them to accelerated cognitive decline and increased Alzheimer's risk. Additionally, These refined foods lack the fiber and nutrients that would naturally accompany carbohydrates in their whole form, creating a double burden of harm: too much of what hurts you and not enough of what heals. What you can do: consider this a gradual transformation. Begin by replacing one refined carbohydrate each day with its whole counterpart. Choose steel-cut oats instead of instant oatmeal. Select brown rice over white. Reach for a piece of fruit instead of fruit juice. Each of these small pivots preserves the pleasure of carbohydrates while eliminating their greatest dangers. If this sounds like something you've noticed in your own energy patterns, keep watching. The next dietary element might be even more surprising in its effects on your longevity. Number 3, processed meats, tasty but toxic over time. What it is: the bacon at breakfast, the deli sandwich at lunch, the pepperoni on weekend pizza. Processed meats include hot dogs, sausages, salami, jerky, and any meat products preserved through smoking, curing, or adding chemical preservatives. Why it matters: the World Health Organization has classified processed meats as a Group 1 carcinogen, placing them in the same category as tobacco and asbestos. The preservatives used, particularly nitrates and nitrites, can form compounds in your body that damage the lining of your digestive tract over time, potentially leading to colorectal cancer. Beyond cancer risk, the high sodium content of these foods places tremendous strain on your cardiovascular system. For those in their later years, when arterial flexibility naturally decreases, this additional pressure can significantly increase heart attack and stroke risk. What you can do: you don't need to eliminate all meat if you enjoy it. Instead, shift toward fresh, unprocessed options. A homemade roast chicken provides protein without the preservatives. Bean-based meals offer complete nutrition with additional fiber that supports your gut health. When you do choose processed options occasionally, look for varieties labeled "no nitrates or nitrites added" as a moderate improvement. Do you or someone you love still include processed meats in your regular meal rotation? The changes you make today could add quality years to your life 2 decades from now. Still with us? You're doing something powerful just by becoming aware. 4, vegetable oils, the healthy fat that isn't always what it is. These include corn, soybeans, sunflower, and canola oils, the inexpensive clear oils found in most processed foods and used in restaurants across the country. They've been highly refined and often heated to extreme temperatures during processing. Why it matters: while once promoted as heart-healthy alternatives to saturated fats, we now understand that many vegetable oils are exceptionally high in omega-6 fatty acids. When consumed in the disproportionate amounts typical of modern diets, these fats promote systemic inflammation. For aging bodies already navigating the natural inflammatory processes of later life, this additional burden can manifest as worsening joint pain, decreased cognitive function, and accelerated cardiovascular damage. The oxidation products created when these oils are heated repeatedly, as in restaurant fryers, are particularly harmful to cellular health. What you can do: return to the fats that nourished humans for centuries before industrial oils existed. Extra virgin olive oil provides polyphenols that actually combat inflammation. Avocado oil withstands higher cooking temperatures without degrading. Even modest amounts of butter from grass-fed cows can be part of a longevity-supporting diet. When buying packaged foods, scrutinize ingredient lists and avoid those containing hydrogenated oils of any kind. Does this surprise you? You're not alone. Most people were never taught the significance of fat quality for healthy aging. Let's move on and stay with me, because the next item often surprises people who thought they were making healthy choices. 5, artificial sweeteners. Zero sugar, but at what cost? What it is: these are the sugar substitutes found in diet sodas, sugar-free desserts, and many processed foods marketed as healthy options. Common names include aspartame, sucralose, saccharin, and any ingredient ending with "-ol", like sorbitol or xylitol. Why it matters: while these compounds were created to help reduce sugar consumption, emerging research suggests they may create their own set of problems for longevity. Studies indicate they can disrupt your gut microbiome, the community of beneficial bacteria that helps regulate everything from digestion to immune function to brain health. For those in their later decades, gut health becomes increasingly vital as natural immunity wanes. Additionally, Some research suggests artificial sweeteners may actually increase sugar cravings and potentially alter metabolism in ways that promote weight gain, the opposite of their intended purpose. What you can do, rather than switching between added sugar and artificial alternatives, consider gradually reducing your preference for sweetness altogether. Try diluting juices with water. Experiment with naturally sweet spices like cinnamon, vanilla, and cardamom. When you do want sweetness, consider small amounts of honey or maple syrup, which at least offer minerals and antioxidants alongside their glucose content. Have you switched to diet products thinking they were better choices for your health and longevity? You made that choice with the best information you had at the time. Now you have better information for your journey forward. 6. Excess salt, the hidden pressure on your heart. What it is, sodium hides everywhere in the modern food supply, in bread, cheese, canned vegetables, breakfast cereals, and most dramatically, in restaurant meals and processed foods. Many people consume 2 to 3 times the recommended daily amount without ever picking up a salt shaker. Why it matters: your kidneys become less efficient at processing sodium as you age. The resulting fluid retention places strain on your entire cardiovascular system, potentially raising blood pressure and increasing heart attack and stroke risk. This burden comes precisely when your blood vessels are naturally losing elasticity, creating a perfect storm for cardiovascular events that can dramatically cut short your longevity. Beyond heart health, excess sodium has been linked to increased calcium excretion, potentially accelerating bone loss in later years when osteoporosis risk is already elevated. It may also exacerbate autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis that can diminish quality of life in advanced age. What you can do: train your palate to appreciate the natural flavor of foods by gradually decreasing salt in your cooking. Experiment with herbs, spices, citrus, and vinegars to create flavor complexity without sodium. When purchasing packaged foods, look for low sodium or no salt added versions. Be particularly cautious with restaurant meals, which often contain a full day's sodium allowance in a single dish. Which one of these is hardest for you to let go of? If you're watching this with someone, turn to them and share which number resonates most with your current habits. You might be wondering, do I really need to eliminate all of these completely? The wisdom of longevity isn't found in perfection, but in pattern. It's not the occasional indulgence that determines your path. It's what you choose most days, most meals, over the course of years. The centenarians of the world's blue zones, regions where unusually high percentages of people live past 100, don't follow strict elimination diets. Instead, they naturally consume traditional foods that largely avoid these 6 problematic elements. Their longevity comes not from rigid rules, but from cultural patterns that align with their body's deepest needs. Think about the meals of your grandparents or great-grandparents before industrial food processing became ubiquitous. Those simpler foods, closer to their natural state, might hold keys to the vitality you seek in your later years. I understand that change isn't always simple, especially when it comes to foods that have brought comfort and pleasure throughout your life. That's why I suggest approaching this wisdom not as deprivation, but as a gradual return to what truly nourishes you. Begin with the item on this list that feels most achievable to you. Perhaps it's switching from soda to sparkling water with lemon. Maybe it's choosing fresh poultry instead of processed lunch meats. Whatever feels like a natural first step, begin there. After a few weeks, that change will become your new normal. Then you might feel ready to address another item on the list. This gentle, progressive approach honors both the science of longevity and the very human experience of changing habits formed over decades. Remember that within a remarkably short time, sometimes just 2 weeks, your taste preferences begin to adapt. Foods that once seemed plain may reveal subtle, complex flavors. The hyper-processed options that once attracted you might start to taste artificial or overwhelming as your palate recalibrates to real food. Growing older isn't about restriction, it's about refinement. It's about knowing what to let go of, so that what's left is the best of life. It's about making room for more moments of clarity, more days of comfortable movement, more years of meaningful connection with those you love. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight, but if you start with just one thing, just one habit, you give your body more years to thrive and more moments to cherish. You give yourself the gift of time. And isn't time what we truly want? Not simply more years counted on a calendar, but more life within those years. More mornings waking up with energy, more afternoons spent in activities you love, more evenings enjoying the company of those who matter most to you. Your body has carried you faithfully through all the seasons of your life. It has weathered storms, celebrated joys, endured sorrows, and kept you moving forward through it all. Now in this season, you have the wisdom to care for it with greater intention than ever before. The choices you make today echo into your future. Each meal becomes a vote for the kind of later life you wish to experience. Each bite is an investment in the person you are becoming. Your health is the greatest gift you can offer those who love you. It means you'll be present, truly present, with clarity and energy for more precious moments in their lives. It means you'll continue to share your wisdom, your laughter, your unique presence in their world for years to come. So what will you choose to change today? What small shift might add life to your years and years to your life? The power of that choice rests in your hands right now. If you found value in this perspective, share it with someone whose longevity matters to you, and perhaps comment below with the change you're committing to. Your words might become the inspiration someone else needs to begin their own journey toward a longer, more vibrant life. Remember, the wisdom of centenarians around the world affirms this truth. It's rarely what we add to our lives that brings the greatest transformation. It's what we have the courage to release. May you find that courage today, tomorrow, and in all the beautiful years that lie ahead.